Well, so I moved to DC. I'm originally from Lubbock, and really have never like had that away from home feeling before, since like I just went to tech, and like anything that I ever needed, my parents were just a phone call away. They live like 15 minutes across town. So, you know, I've never really had that like sense of like independency or just like really being like on my own. So I moved to DC about like 5 days before I had my first day of the internship. And on the first day of my internship, the first half of the day is going like really great. And then the second half, I start to feel a little sick. I'm not really sure what is going on with me. But I'm like, maybe I'm just like not feeling good. Like, it's okay. I'll go take some medicine when I get home, sleep it off. Wasn't able to sleep that entire night. And then at 6 a.m., so this is after my first day of work, 6 a.m. that next day, I call my dad and I'm like, Dad, something's wrong. Like, I haven't been able to sleep. I'm not feeling okay. There's like this left side of my stomach that like really hurts. And he's like, I think you should go to like a clinic and get it checked out. I was like, this is so embarrassing because it's my second day of work and I'm calling in sick already. Like, I don't want to be known as like this intern, you know? And so I had basically an entire day of going clinic to clinic. First clinic told me that they couldn't accept my insurance today, but if I came back tomorrow, they would accept it. And I'm over here like hunched over, like, I don't think I can wait, but okay. And so then they refer me to another clinic. And so I go to the second one. And since I'm a walk-in, I have to wait like 2 or 3 hours. Like, it was ridiculous. And so finally they like take me back and the nurse is like, okay, like someone will be with you shortly. So I'm like, all right. 2 minutes later, the nurse walks back in and says, actually, everyone needs to evacuate because there's smoke coming from our lab. And I'm like, you know, I don't know whether to laugh or to cry about the situation right now. It just doesn't seem like this is really my first time, you know, because my parents aren't with, like, usually it would be my parents taking me to, or referring me to like their friends who are doctors or whatever. And so I walk outside and at this point it's pouring rain. I don't have an umbrella because it was a perfectly sunny day when I left the house in the morning. And so long story short, the nurse ends up being like, hey, you should go to this third location. It's about 20 minutes away. So I'm like, all right. Start heading over there, and by the time I get there, I'm like still in my Uber, and the nurse from the second location calls me and she's like, hey, actually, like, the smoke's contained, it was nothing, like, if you come back, like, we'll see you as soon as possible, like, you can be like our first person. And so I'm like, okay, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna have to wait at this third clinic since I'm considered a walk-in again. So I make the car turn around, and finally we get there, and by this point I'm like really sick, and so they have to like take me to the hospital by ambulance. And finally they find out that I have appendicitis and like have to get operated on. And my first thought was, yes, like I can call work and tell them that I'm actually like having surgery and I'm not just like calling in sick on my second day of work. So I had the surgery, and then was out for another week. And so like kind of missed that whole first week of my internship. So once I was back, I was really having to like keep up with the other interns and like kind of having to like think fast on my feet. But yeah, that was kind of the first true sense of like being on my own. I had to get operated on by myself. I had like one of the roommates from the tech house like come and stay with me because my parents couldn't get out in time to like make it because the flights were like all done for that day.